And the Hellhound Frankie.
Let's go.
Hello, idiots.
Oh my goodness. It is an absolute honor to have you all up here. How has the weekend been treating you so far? That's a good answer, Jim. That's a good one. I saw it. I saw it for me.
Hey Alex, how's the weekend been treating you so far?
I'm back in my home city of Vancouver.
Let's go.
After 15 seasons, it's
Canada
all
won,
home
3
city.
fucking 2.
Let's go. Let's go. That was a great game, wasn't it?
Was a great game.
I love it. I love it. So, we've got a little pop-up on the stage.
We have to be nicer, a little quieter, a little quieter.
Obviously, this is a show that has captured imaginations for many seasons. You say 15, I say 106. I think 6 seasons just dropped when we came up on stage here. As the longevity of this show has just kind of expanded against generations of people watching, what has it meant for you guys as actors to be a part of something this big? DJ?
I'm gonna kill you. So me and Alex said we're gonna do this. Whenever there's a question, we're gonna defer to the other person. Well, this show has changed my life profoundly. All my best friends are from the show. I'm married to somebody from the show.
Hey!
I now have cold winters because I spend them in Vancouver, which didn't happen before. I turned this show down when I was first offered because I was coming off a project Tired. And it's really crazy to think that I wouldn't know all these people had I not done the show. And the fact that you love the show and you keep coming and showing up and seeing us allows us to be in each other's lives all the time. And that's a really cool thing, so thank you.
Does anyone else want to throw in on that?
It's been a defining chapter of my life. I think I said this last time, apologies to you all who've heard this. We're going to hear the same things over and over. But I went from being a bad mother on the show to being an actual mother in real life because of Supernatural. And that's probably the single most defining thing of my life. And the fact that we still get to travel all over the world together and meet everyone and pay our medical bills is incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
The best thing about, well, let me rephrase.
Go ahead.
This show and the people I met on it and the people I worked with and the people I met as a result of it, which is you guys, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me without projectile vomiting.
Wait, there was no projectile vomiting?
I didn't say that.
Okay, all right, just double check.
Radder days.
Yes, ma'am.
What? So it was 20 years ago that I came here to shoot an episode in season 1.
Wow.
And I remember it so clearly, and I said this last time too, from a show where I died in the first 90 seconds.
Well, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Yes, indeed. Not by Mary.
That's right. Never.
Ever. I remember the audition, I remember all of it, and to think that something that has meant so much to me in my life and allowed me so many privileges and experiences and honors and friends and loved ones means something so much to me. But we hear from you how much it means to you, and we wouldn't have it for us if it weren't for how much it meant to you, and we're all one. And I don't think that happens almost ever. I mean, it doesn't. There's a reason Supernatural is the longest running with the same cast, or whatever the criteria is. It was on a long freaking time. And I mean, I think it would still be on. It could still be on, you know?
Absolutely.
And we're so lucky. We're so lucky. We're all so lucky.
Love
So
it.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? Did you have to audition the burning scene on the ceiling?
I had to audition to, not for the actual burning, no. Now they would probably make me audition for the actual burning.
You know they would. They're
I
mean
know.
in those auditions.
They are, like, being burning up.
Pretend to burn to death.
But don't bring your own fire, just pretend. But I do remember the audition, and I had to, like, talk to the invisible baby and walk out, and then pretend I see John in the chair, and then run back in, and I ran straight to a potted plant.
Oh,
There was only like 6 feet, and I ran and I saw the plant. I don't know why I ran into it, but everyone laughed, and I think that's why they hired me, because I was memorable. Like, oh, how about the girl that ran into the furniture?
that's so Mary. That's a thing Mary would do. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm going to echo everything everybody else has said, with the exception of having a baby, because I couldn't do that no matter how hard I tried. But usually when you work on a show, even if you become friends with folks, we live a very vagabond lifestyle, so you move from show to show, and you don't necessarily talk to the people you've worked with in other shows for many years, unless you happen to run into them at some kind of function. And here, we've had the opportunity the blessing to get brought back on a show, work with each other over the years, and then see each other quite often outside of the show, now that the show's gone. And to see the show grow, to see its fan base grow from generation to generation has been super, super exciting. We're like a family, and I think you guys are a pretty cool family. So thank you. I'm going to thank you as well.
Make some noise for that, Charles. Love it. I think Eric developed a phenomenal show. The writers worked together to create, fantastic characters, but there's a lot of things that have to come from your performances to make it real. So, from your character's perspective, what is Supernatural actually about? But specifically from your character's perspective.
Bobby.
I see no lies there. I see no
I
lies.
was going to say Rowena. So make the story about this witch, and she was born like 300 years ago, and she had to hang around for a long time before these couple of Winchesters were born. Something like that.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, especially for Jack, and I think for a lot of people here, it's always been about family. And for Jack, it was especially about belonging. Which I think is so, thematic for all of our lives, for community, for this, for fandom, for our friendship. Belonging, always. And this show has really provided so much belonging for so many of us sitting on this stage and here. And that's what I feel like makes the show so special.
Well, I'm glad you felt like you belonged. I do just sort of remember being your dad, and you choosing the Winchesters and some funky angel by the name of Castiel over me. And I offered you the universe. I offered you a universe of Legos and dinosaurs and
A
crazy
lightsaber? There was
things.
a lightsaber talk?
There was lightsaber talk. It was going to be a fun time with you and I. So for me, it's not about belonging, it's about rejection. It's about being the redheaded stepchild. It's about being that crazy uncle that you have to embarrassingly kick out of the party because he's hammered and says inappropriate things.
But unfortunately, that crazy uncle also knows jujitsu, so you're like, shit.
But also, it's about having a very bad dad. It's about family not ending with blood. It's about making your own family, creating your own unit. I'm being positive now because I went negative. Did you see that? So it's about creating your own unit and how much more powerful that can be, right? So create your own units like you're doing here. Your family, what unites you is your love of Supernatural, and that's a very powerful bond to have. And there's going to be a season 16 where Lucifer gets revenge against the Winchesters for stealing his son.
Let's go.
Say it.
I think the show is also about people who, despite knowing their own weaknesses and their own what's the opposite of invincibility? Invincibility.
Right.
Standing up for what's right, and going into the fight for what's right with no hesitation because it is right. And I think there are an awful lot of characters on the show who exemplify that. And then there's characters who stay home and drink like me.
And if you don't want to go deep, it's hot people killing monsters.
I mean,
Which is also that's
from your
fun to
perspective.
watch. That's fun to watch.
DJ's like, should I take this job? He's like, there are hot people there.
yeah.
But actually, is the reason why I didn't want to do it. They showed me an episode, and I was like, I'm not going to be on camera with them. Hell no. I got my own dignity. Screw you guys. No. Hot people killing monsters. Check it out if you haven't seen it. 15 seasons.
I know, just to echo what you were saying, DJ, it's like no matter how long I would ever spend in the makeup and hair trailer, you just know you're still not going to be the best looking person.
I had to run out of a hospital room in front of them in just my underwear. Jared did push-ups while I was fucking doing it.
You see the kind of inspiration you gave him? That's what that was. He saw your undies. He's like, I gotta get right here. That's what that was.
Oh, those
Started
guys.
sticking to it. Samantha, did you want to add anything?
Everything that has been said, I know from my character's perspective, what I think was an important piece is being allowed to be flawed,
Yes.
with grievous flaws, potentially, but loved and appreciated and accepted anyway. And I know with Mary there was some difficulty accepting that for some people, because she had been presented as so canonized and, you know, an angel flowing down Mary. But I think every character was a 360 of an entity or a person.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
It was a show about terrific mothers.
It was indeed. Yes.
We should have had a scene, come on.
I know.
Comparing notes about child rearing.
Like, you think that was bad? Wait till you hear this.
We'll write that in for, season 62. We'll make it happen.
Yes, sort of true. The parents
right.
sucked, didn't they? All the parents sucked. My dad sucked.
I mean, he's all right.
Your dad was awesome.
I thought the
And
surrogate.
I think Mary wasn't a
Good.
bad mom. She was just, she had.
She was
values.
dead. It wasn't her fault.
But you were. Well, we find out that you were, you were a hunter. You had these values that you had to pursue that were very important. It's tough to carry on a career as a hunter, killing monsters and demons, and have kids at the same time. I don't see how a person does that.
It was challenging.
Yeah.
And it burned me. I burned out.
You literally burned out.
You started burned out.
That was, well. Do we have any aspiring actors in the room at all? Yes?
You
All right.
silly, silly people.
So,
Learn from our mistakes.
yeah. There are some things that you have to do in your career that is so very counter to who you are as an individual. Obviously, with some of the character turns in this show, there's a lot of things that I would expect might have been a little difficult to grapple with. What was something that, as your character progressed, was a difficulty for you to kind of wrap your head around?
I became a werewolf, and I didn't like it. I was
You're
pissed.
against it.
I was really pissed, actually. I was at a wine tasting. I had a call from Adam Glass, who wrote Garth, and said we're turning into a werewolf, which I thought meant they were going to kill me.
Okay.
And he said they weren't. I was drunk too, and unimpressed. But they found a way through it, and it was actually supposed to teach. The whole point was to teach Dean a different way of thinking. So I got that. At the time, I was mad, and also it's just not comfortable. Those werewolf teeth and those claws are not comfortable. Yeah, I was pissed.
I love it. Super true, super honest. Anyone else?
What was the question again? No, like what were you ever uncomfortable? Like what?
Yeah, I mean-
like morally uncomfortable.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Mark, you as Lucifer, there's some room for discussion there.
Is it weird that I was never morally uncomfortable with anything?
Not at all. Not weird at all. No.
Thank you, because I was feeling a little bit like a psychopath. I don't want to be a psychopath. Yes. It was typecasting. I didn't have to audition for the part, and that made me very self-conscious. Because my
Actors don't
agent,
have morals either. Actors don't have morals.
my agent called me and said, so Jeremy Carver wants to know if you want to play the devil on Supernatural. Would you be interested? I'm like, yeah, but why does he think I'm like the guy to play the devil? He said, don't ask. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that part.
Sometimes it's difficult for me anyway. I had like two problems ever. And one, I think, was a Ruth not understanding the character problem, and then I think one was just a taste. And I'm just gonna, it's the truth, that with the evolution of my character, which was such a joy over 6 seasons where I was allowed to evolve, there was a joke towards the very end of filming about how I had a thing with Jack the Ripper. And there was something about that I just didn't, it was like, for all that Rowena was selfish and people would be dead on the ceiling around her or whatever if it was convenient for her, I just felt that there was something, not you, that there was something about that, there was that crossed the line for me, and it's difficult, even now, is that a Rowena problem or a Ruth problem? I don't know, I'm still not sure.
It's fair. Yes, Mark?
I would have died less.
I respect that. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. We've got some fans that are waiting to ask questions. We're going to bounce back and forth between the two lines. We'll start on this right side. And tell us your name. What's your question?
Hi, my name is Lennon. I was wondering, knowing that there's like 300 episodes of the show, was there any episode where you read the script and just thought that it didn't sit right with the rest of the show, where you felt like the episode just didn't go over well?
Did you ever judge the writing on the show?
Do you ever see that episode of Friends where Joey says he writes his own lines and then they kill him, they put him down the elevator shaft? The writing was impeccable.
Just in case. Well said, well said.
I'm sorry. No.
If there wasn't a, like the employment gun to your head, what would you say?
What I would say.
This is
Employment gun?
And remember, Sam, this is being filmed for posterity.
Right. Well, as Mark always told me.
It's all right, I'm already in.
That is the best seduction on the panel. I love you so much right now.
What I was going to say is that no. In fact, one of the things I love most is that we never knew what was going to happen. Like being there every day and every week, you'd be like, oh, I think I know where this is going. You'd be like, oh, no way. That's not what I expected at all. Of course, I would always go to the end of the script to see if I was still living. But
Just go through like this.
I'd be like, and Mary walks out. Yes. Okay. But I will say there were times where there were certain lines or words or ways something was phrased, and knowing Mary as well as I did, I'd be like, that doesn't totally feel right. And I would talk to the writers or the director, whoever's on set, and they're like, can I do this instead? And they're like, yeah, totally. So it wasn't like a criticism, it's just I didn't, like, literally a word or a phrase. And that would happen a couple of times, but never a whole story. Except when Mary died.
Yeah. That part was trash. Throw that out.
Yeah, I was against that.
I got you.
May I ask which time Mary died?
All of them.
How many times did you die total?
Well, apparently, if you just the original Fire on the Ceiling, it showed along the series previously on something like 180 times.
Wow.
You died 180 times?
Well, really only once. They just kept showing it over and over. But then I died as different entities, right? As a ghost, as Eve, and then thank you, Alex. I was accidentally murdered at the end. So 2 real deaths, and then several, like,
Ethereal deaths.
yes, symbolic, hallucinated, whatever.
They must have spent a lot of money on that shot of you burning. They're like, we have to show this nice.
So amazing. I swear to God, it was 5 minutes, the pilot. Like, I was lying on the ground, they had 2 fire poles, and David Nutter had the camera up on the floor.
That's when they really did it, right? That's before like they had CGI stuff. So like if something said so-and-so was on fire, there was actual fire.
And they added CGI on top of it, but there was real fire.
Yeah, I remember
It did,
those
like
days.
3 takes, it
Dangerous.
took 5 minutes, and that
Wait a
was
minute,
it.
you weren't on the ceiling?
Mind alone.
God.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Acting.
I know.
All acting. You can't trust it. You can't trust it.
There is something worse than that happened to me. It was your fault. I died off camera.
No.
So I didn't even get to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at 4 o'clock in the morning in Scotland, and I got up out of bed to live tweet the show, which I used to really enjoy doing back in the days when Twitter was still Twitter. And I remember seeing this burnt shell of Rowena on the ground, and you saying something horrible and derogatory about her ginger bitch or something, like she was dead. And I remember being so upset on behalf of my character, but I was like, that skeleton's got broad shoulders and slim hips. That's not me. That's what I told myself in my head.
Well said. Well said.
You know, I feel like I had issues with the transition of Lucifer from the season 5 Lucifer, who I thought was totally cool, to the impish, lampooning sort of caricaturization of a devil that began to evolve after I was in Sam's head. Because season 5 Lucifer was the smartest, scariest guy in the room, and after he was in Sam's head, I mean, you know, he was sort of the, you know, you might not think he was smarter than Crowley, and you had to think he was smarter than Crowley, you know, in my view. So I was always a little wary of the fact that we were playing the camp, and it was fun. It was super fun to do because there was no rules. It was just play. But I yearned for that big bad that was in season 5, because the sense of humor was always underneath the surface, and it was in the irony of the terrible things I was doing and the understated way that I was talking about them, which made you go, what the fuck? And you had to sort of laugh because it was so crazily understated, and I liked that. I also wanted Lucifer to have a redemption arc, but they ruined it. They didn't let me become a dad, and I wanted to become. You didn't ruin it personally,
Yeah.
but I know you did say.
No, I talked to the writers.
I know you did. I heard the rumor. I didn't want to say it out loud, but you forced me to. Just
We've been here for
Jesus.
42 minutes. Could we have the second question?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, friend.
Hi, my name's Amanda.
and had
Hi. And my question is for everybody. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
One word. One word. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Criming.
Nice.
What did you say?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, what would you do
I'm
for-
translating.
Okay. Okay.
You have to tell me what I did.
For some candy?
It's a square block of vanilla ice cream covered in chocolate.
Yeah.
So sorry, Jim. The question's now taking so long because I literally don't understand the words that are being said.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what happened to reverse when we were in Edinburgh.
Oh my
Remember, they would ask a question and we'd be like, what?
Yeah.
So what would you do
How
for
does
a
it
Klondike
feel?
bar? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Not a lot.
No. Anything come to mind for a Klondike bar?
I
I wouldn't do anything for a Klondike bar.
Everything I'm thinking is dirty, and it's too early, and I'm too sober. But find me later. I may show you.
You better have a Klondike bar.
Promises.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello.
My name is Maria. What was your favorite scene to film throughout the entire series?
633 episodes. What was your favorite scene to film? You can only pick one.
You know the one where I was the queen of hell?
Solid, solid.
I think maybe for me it was the scene with my next door neighbor right after I shut off the wood chipper.
Okay.
When she decided not to have me over for dinner.
Good scene. Good scene. Good scene.
Alex, was your favorite scene the one with me?
Yes. All of them.
Well said. Well said.
I mean, it's a toss-up for me. Like, I really liked beating up Crowley.
Who
And,
doesn't?
right? But I also really liked my stuff with Mary in the alternate universe because I thought we were like a great old married couple that just got on each other's nerves. And I was hoping that was going to go somewhere, but that was, of course, ruined when I said, "Hey," and she punches me right in the face. I realized there's no relationship here.
That could be an old married couple for sure, actually.
Always the redheaded stepchild, always on the outside. That's me.
I am actually a redheaded stepchild. What's wrong with that?
We're bringing out red hair.
Why is
We're
that
bringing
considered a bad thing?
Hello.
My turn? Hi, I'm Susan Lynn, and my son worked on Supernatural in season 11. He was Riddick the Cat. Anyway, I want to tell you how special the show was, and I want to know who your favorite character was to banter against.
Favorite character to banter against?
And I had a pretty good relationship that way.
Like that.
Yeah, for me it's Lucifer. Like I had all my most fun scenes were with you. You know, they'll lock us in a coffin together. He would pop up as my subconscious. It was a lot of fun.
That's family.
Those were fun.
I like it. Anyone else? We'll go to.
I feel like all I did was banter with everybody.
Yeah.
It would be remiss of me if I didn't say something about Fergus, right?
Aww.
Give him some credit at some point.
Yeah, I love him.
I enjoyed my weird conversations with Castiel. All conversations are weird
Also
with
true.
Cass. But I agree with Mark, like in those first couple days in the AU, those back and forth just arguing, and the way it was written that Mary could be just annoyed by the devil instead of afraid of him brought me such joy. And I think that it just was easy and fun, and I really thought that was going to go on for a while.
Yeah, me
It did
too.
not. And then I ran away. Mary ran away
Aww.
in the middle of the meteor shower, as one does.
Mine would be Dean. Garth loved torturing him, I think, with love. So it would be Jensen, which is odd because I don't like him in real life, but I love working with him.
It's fair. It's fair. Thank you. Hello.
Hi there, my name's Alicia. I'm from Vancouver Island.
Hi.
Hello, over here.
Hi, Vancouver Island.
I just wanted to say, sorry, the preamble, that Supernatural has a great rewatchability. Now my family's watching it as a family with 11 and a 13-year-old, and we're bonding over it. I just want to know what your favorite fan interaction has been.
Favorite what? Fan interaction?
Fan interaction.
Yeah, like here or in real life.
You know, for me, it's when a fan. There's been more than one of these scenarios where a fan comes up and says that Supernatural got them through a particularly difficult time in their life, like they were recovering from a hard surgery, and it got them through that, or through a bout of depression, and it got them over that hump, and it makes me feel like, oh, I was a part of helping bring value to somebody's life and helping them see, like, you know, through the boys and through their, you know, fighting through thick and thin, the bad guys, they somehow saw that, you know, they can fight through it too and be better. So that's always very fulfilling to hear somebody say something like that, for me.
Love that.
I'm always very deeply touched when fans come up and tell me that they realize how wonderful I am. I find it very moving.
He makes us do it too.
And I want to thank the 3 or 4 of you who've done that.
At the last Fan Expo Con, I got to meet Bryce Dallas Howard. I went and got a selfie with her, and I felt it's so exciting to be able to feel excited about meeting someone. It's so fun to be a fan. And so if ever I get the sense that somebody's getting some kind of excitement from meeting us, it's like, oh my goodness, like how incredible, you know? we're the lucky ones that we got to do the job, and then we're also, people seem to be happy to see us. It's really, honestly, it's incredible to me. And as a fan of so many things, I just appreciate it both ways so much.
And I gush all over people too. Like I gushed all over Catherine Tate. Like I met her and I was just like, oh my God, I love you so much. And not embarrassed by it at all. That's how I feel. I love her. And now she's my friend. I almost stalk her.
I really do like when people come up and watch as a family. Like, oh, I got my dad into it, or you know, this my boyfriend made me watch it, or whatever, and it becomes a bonding thing. Because I feel like in this, there are so many things that divide us right now, and to have something that brings you together, you could do as a family. Like we all sit and watch dinner and watch this. It makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy that you do something that brings you joy, and then you come and show it to us. That makes
And people now can all sit in the same room and have completely different experiences because they're all watching something or reading something or doing something completely different. And it's dope when people are like, yeah, me and my kids watch this together. That's awesome.
And talk about it and have like a whole feeling about it together. I love it.
Also, when people bring me chocolate, that's also favorite. I don't know.
Message. Alex, did you want to add anything?
I feel like I gotta go fast. Someone today just came up to me and she said, it's so nice to meet my friends in real life. Which is what I always feel like when you fall in love with like a book or a show. You just have this relationship with these characters, like you know them. And like so many points in my life, like specifically a book where you really feel seen and heard by it. So like to have that is always just made a lot of sense for me. So thank you to whoever that was today. I don't see you, it's very dark in here.
Love it. Thank you.
Oh, there you are.
Right there.
Did I quote you-ish enough? Enough, okay. I can live with that.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Desiree. I was just wondering, what was your guys' favorite scene to shoot and why?
We answered that one.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It was a long time ago. As many seasons ago.
We've all changed our minds now.
Alex, did you answer that? Alex, did you answer that? I don't remember your answer. What was it?
It doesn't matter, let's move on.
Thank you, though. Thank you. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
God, is that you?
Yes.
this is God.
Dad?
I was like, who took my job?
Hello, my name is Red, and I was wondering if each of you could give us your favorite catchphrase from the show.
Favorite catchphrase. Does everyone have a catchphrase?
I don't think I have one.
I don't even think you meant necessarily ours, but that would imply that everyone watches the show. I
Well,
don't think it's true.
I can't think of one.
I'm not
Paul.
asking anyone. If people, yeah.
Yeah, you have one word like, you know.
You had balls and idiots.
Balls.
Yeah, you had balls and idiots.
Balls.
I said that a couple times after you died in your honor.
Yes.
Hello, boy.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I have a catchphrase.
I didn't write that. I also stole one of your hats.
Yeah.
It's in my bedroom.
It was left behind.
I don't know that you call it a catchphrase, but I did say snapping necks and cash and checks is what I do. I do like that, and I might make a T-shirt out of it.
Absolutely.
Good one. It is a good one, right?
That's a very good one. I love nougat for me was, in terms of iconic lines for a child, pretty good.
Love that. Anyone else?
He also said, I like cocaine, which is not as child-friendly.
Did you say that?
No.
Did you really say that?
Yeah, he goes to a rehab facility and they're like, why are you here? And he's like, well,
I like cocaine.
what was that? Or he could have said, what was it?
Well, I think that one applies to
Now
most
the
of
next
them.
cash and checks.
We already
Tell
know
us
that,
much.
girl.
Tell us much. Hello.
hello, my name's Toby.
Hey, Toby.
My question's for Alex. And I had heard that you believe the character of Jack to be non-binary, and I want to know if that was true.
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Y'all are great, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
I don't write the show.
Hello.
Oh, hi. My question is, if you could explain supernatural in layman's terms, what would you say?
Snap
Hot
it
people
next-
killing monsters.
Are there-
You can have that. You can quote me on that.
I used to say it's a bit like Scooby-Doo, but with Texans and monsters. And then they did Scooby Natural, so yeah.
Solid. Scooby Natural. That's it. That's all you need. Hello.
Hi. Sorry.
You look so cute.
Thank you. You look wonderful too.
Are you a bunny?
I am.
Okay.
Is that your real hair?
Sorry. In a theoretical season 16, if all of you were able to come back, what are like arcs or moments you might want for your character?
Write a whole show for us right now.
I want my wife to not die, but just not be there anymore, because I want to go back to hunting.
Okay.
And he would never do that if she was still alive.
Gotcha.
I want the Impala back.
Okay.
I loved riding in that car.
Yeah.
It's mine first.
It was so fun riding in that car, wasn't
Yes.
it? Especially as the show went on and everybody really like knew the Impala and it was a character on its own. When we actually, by the time you
Right.
you riding in the Impala, you're like, this is fucking cool. I'm on this show. It was pretty dope.
And this whole time, Rowena's been in hell running it impeccably. She's been doing it the way that Curly never managed to do it. You know, she's just, and that just continues. She's just down here. She's made hell great again.
Love it.
Killing Rowena and taking over Hell the way I want this to go.
That would be a good arc.
I'm kidding.
That would be a good arc.
I'm kidding. I would like to be the good guy.
There you
A
go.
hero.
Aww.
Would anybody want to see Lucifer be a hero? Say yes, please.
Yes. Redemption. Yeah, there's always a chance to turn it around. Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never. I like that.
It might be too late.
The devil's not all bad.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. As somebody who has recently picked up watching Supernatural and has found quite a bit of comfort in it with family emergencies and other things,
Right.
what is something that you reach for media-wise to help ground you or even to motivate you?
What's your comfort thing?
This is gonna sound weird, but maybe not. This is a supernatural crowd, so you might be on my page. If I'm depressed or sad or had a terrible day, I watch a horror movie.
Okay.
I love that.
What the fuck is it? I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel good. And maybe there's a psychologist out there who can explain this to me, because I'm not sure why. I just know it's true.
This is
Well,
why you got
whatever's
hired for the
happening
role.
there is probably worse than
What's that?
whatever's happening on the screen is probably worse.
You know what I think? I think part of it is
Also,
like
adrenaline.
I used to watch horror movies with my mom on the weekends, and it feels like a family thing. And then as friends with when I was a teenager, I'd go out with them. So maybe I feel like this sense of camaraderie and love, and I just associate stabbing people to death or some horrible mutilation film with love. So I don't know.
I share that with you though. Horror movies are my go-to. I make Ty watch horror movies at Christmas time. I don't want to sit
Love
around
that.
and watch Frozen. I want to see people being mauled and murdered.
My wife is not on that page, but I do try to get
I
her.
love it.
I like it. I like it. Anyone else?
If I was to put a film on specifically because I just wanted to feel better, that film would be Top Gun.
Nice.
Yours, Top Gun?
The first one, I mean the second one would be fine too. There's something about, it takes me back to being however young I was when I first watched it, and I wanted to be a pilot because I was so inspired. There's something about the nostalgia, there's something about Tom Cruise. And there's just some, I don't know, there's something just so 80s or just, I don't know, a blast from the past, and I cannot watch that movie without just feeling better.
I love it.
Somehow.
If I'm feeling a little low and just need to perk up, what are you laughing at?
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I like to roast puppies.
Well done.
So I'm watching Jim Carrey just throw himself around. I mean, how could I be?
That's all you need. That's all you need. I like that. Samantha, were you gonna say something?
I don't need a whole thing. I just will go and seek out the biggest battle scenes I can find. So, Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones, or I'll watch something from Vikings, or the final battle, one of the two final ones from any of the Lord of the Rings movies. Like just something.
The beginning of Wonder Woman? No?
Oh, but that will also make me sob, like with the warriors coming off on the ropes with the arrows.
Yes.
Yeah, there's something about like a cohesiveness and a victory and like everything on the line and everything's so important and it just is a complete escape for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question. I am so sorry. Hello.
Hello, I'm Jennifer. This is a question for everyone. It's not specifically supernatural, but I was wondering what anything from any of your characters' personalities that maybe you've implemented into your own personalities.
In one word, can you say something from your characters' personalities that you've adopted as your very own?
I will say I have tried so hard to eliminate the S word, but I failed. Rowena never said sorry, not once. And I really wanted to be more like that, and I can't manage. I still say the S word.
Like that.
Sorry.
Like
No,
that.
it's okay.
Jim?
My character took on my traits.
Fair.
And I think that was very smart of him.
Just believing in the good in others, even when that seems really difficult. I think that's something that Jack was focused on that I try to take.
I like that optimism.
Yeah, it's a shit world, but you know, there's lots of good people out there, right?
Yes. Like your dad.
Yeah, which one?
I was going to say most of them are in Canada, so we're in the right spot for good people.
I try to conscientiously avoid every single characteristic of every character I've ever played. With the possible exception of Gavin Q. Baker III in The Closer, which is one of my favorite characters, because he was smart, flamboyant, didn't give a fuck, and knew exactly what he wanted and how to get it, and he was a man of his word, and I'll take that. Thank you.
I like it. I like it. Before we go, DJ, Samantha?
I wish I was more patient. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. Garth was patience personified, and I wish I was more like that. And I do try, but I fail often.
It happens. It happens.
We love you
I
anyway.
wouldn't mind being more focused on one thing.
Okay.
I'm a little scattered and focused on many things, and characters very often are not that. They're like, they have their focus, and that's like a foreign language to me, but very admirable.
That's all right. It's part of your greatness, and we appreciate it. Vancouver, I need y'all to make some noise for the cast of Supernatural. They came out here to the eBay Game Space, and they rocked it. Guys, please make sure you see them the rest of the weekend at their booths. Go check them out. Get the autographs, get the photos, all the wonderful things. Guys, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We thoroughly appreciate it. Guys, we know that this isn't over yet. We've got a costume contest that's going on. We've got an after party with Comics Explosion that's happening tonight at the Greta Bar. I want to see y'all at all of them. Please make sure you do, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Wait, don't leave.